All right. What's going on, everybody? Chris the Chef Sports Cards here. We are doing 2024 Tops Series 1/3 Hobby Case Break number 18. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Especially if you're new to the channel, welcome. A bit about us. I've been around for over 6 years now. We break mostly baseball. We ship all cards from every break. We're very generous with the top loading. We ship as quickly as our little hands will move. If you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We do free breaks when we do them. We use our subscriber list from YouTube for the random. So if you want a chance to get in a future free break, just hit the old subscribe button there and your name will go on the random. eBay. They continue to run their sweepstakes. There's no purchase necessary there. Go to any of our eBay listings. Look in the description at the very top. There's a link. Click on that. I'll tell you what you have to do to try and win some free cards. Doesn't cost anything, so what the hell? Give it a shot. And then, of course, go check out chefsportscards.com. We've always got a couple breaks up over there on sale. Just put up a half hobby case. Pick your team. I think there's 12 or 13 teams left. We put it up yesterday, about halfway sold out. So, shooting for like Sunday with that. I'm hoping if we get it full. So, go and grab a spot today. We also have Stadium Club Orlando up there too. All right, let's go over the teams. I sure do love those redheads. One thing I love about these high school girls. The movie is crazy. It really is. I get older, they stay the same age. Oh, man. All right, let's go over the teams before I start quoting Dazed and Confused. D-backs, Kai O, Braves, Nick M, Orioles and Red Sox, Eric G, Cubs, Justin H, White Sox, Jeffrey B, Reds, Josh B, Guardians, Brandon C, Rockies, Jeffrey B, Tigers, Trent E, Royals, Justin B, Astros, Jeffrey B, Angels, Robert B, wow, lots of B's, Dodgers, Adrian V, Brewers, John T, Twins, Brian B, Marlins, Jeffrey B, Mets, Max E, Yankees, Joe R, A's, Kai O, Phillies, Jeffrey B, Pirates, Kyle R, Cardinals, Richard V, Padres, Carl M, Giants, Jeffrey B, Mariners, Trent O, Rays, Kai O, Rangers, Lance M, Blue Jays, Richard H, and Nationals, Jeffrey B. I do too. When, after I graduated culinary school, I lived in Charleston, South Carolina. I went to culinary school in Providence, Rhode Island, but I moved to Charleston, South Carolina for a job. And pretty much every night when we came home from the bar, we either watched Dazed and Confused or we watched Law and Order reruns on A&E at like 3 o'clock in the morning. That was there every night when we got home. One or the other was on. I can probably recite from the original Law and Order. That's the funny thing. Like the SVU, all that. I've never seen those ones, but the original Law and Order, I probably can recite lines from those too. I've seen all of them more times than I can count. The original Law and Order was the best. All right. Silver Packy. Let's open some cards. It's funny. I don't know if you've ever seen it. I know it's on YouTube. There's a great documentary from when they filmed Dazed and Confused. And it was just basically the summer they filmed it. Some guy had had a camera with him and he just recorded like them partying every night and this and that. And all those guys were nobodies. I mean, there was nobody who was famous in that movie at the time. I mean, and then, now it's a different story, but at the time they were all starting out. The behind the scenes is great from that. Brian Wu. And that kid, one of the most interesting parts, the kid who played the lead, Wiley, played the young lead. What is his name? He never really acted. That was like the only, he was in a couple things, but that was really the only thing he ever did. Something Wiley is his name. Wiley something or other. But he's the like freshman coming in, I guess he was an actor. Literally like found him on the streets in Texas. Like, the guy making movies like, oh, that's a kid I want. They said he was so uncoordinated. There's that scene where he's pitching in the Little League game. He couldn't even throw a pitch. So they had to get a stand in. If you watch the scene, you'll see he's on the mound. They cut away to a shot of him from the back throwing the pitch, and then they cut back to him because it's not him. He couldn't even throw one pitch. He was so uncoordinated, that kid. Which you weren't surprised because he was nerdy. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, it's great. There's also a podcast that came out recently that I listened to one episode of, and they were making fun of that Wiley kid too because he touches his face so many times during the movie. And I think it was, who was it that was talking about it? Bunch of the other actors were talking about it, and they said that was him, like, that wasn't in, and they counted, and he touches his nose like 29 times during the movie. And it is kind of a thing you notice in the movie. It's so weird. And I guess it was just like an affectation of, the guy, the kid playing the role was just something he did, and the director liked it, so he never said anything. It's a crazy, just, they must have had so much fun shooting that thing. Mickey Moniak. Cheap labor, exactly. Well, I mean, it was an independent film. They made it for nothing. And that's what's crazy about movies like that. Because it was Linkletter. Is that Linkletter's movie? Or God, what's his name? I can't think of his name now. The guy, but I mean, it was the movie that made him huge. He's been making movies forever. It's like, Kevin Smith and Clerks, or Griffey celebrating the kid. But it's so funny too, because when you look at it and see all these people who are in it, from Ben Affleck to Matthew McConaughey to, I mean, there's a bunch of guys in it. Guys who are, and not necessarily huge, A-list movie stars like they are, but there's a bunch of people in that movie who have been acting for 30, 40 years now consistently, who at the time were, causing nothing. They were probably begging to get on the set. It's such a simple concept for a great movie. That's what I love about it. It's the last day of school. That's it. And Joey Votto for the Reds. The throwback bat relic. I love these uniforms on the Reds. They look good. The Reds is Josh. There you go, buddy. 79. No. Zach Geloff, rookie. Oh, Joe, you got to watch it. It's so good. It really is. Like, just the concept of, yeah, that's what amazes me about guys who make movies sometimes. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the big, action, ridiculously involved, this and that. But one of the things I love about movies is when it's the most simple premise, like, okay, you want to make a movie? What's it going to be about? It's going to be about the last day of school in Eastern Texas in 1976 or whenever it is. Like, okay, how do you make a movie out of that? And he made a good one. So, Brandon Walters, a rookie, rainbow for the Red Sox. It's like, I mean, say what you will about Kevin Smith, whether you like him or not. I know people are pretty love hate with him. I always enjoyed his movies. Some of them are dumb, but Clerks was amazing. And again, it was just another one of those movies where you're like, what's your movie about? Two guys who work in a store. Like, really? That's gonna be successful? Willie Mays, Grand Gamers. Yeah, there's actually like I said, there's a lot of people. Yeah, the Resident Evil. What is her name? Mila Jovovich or whatever it is. But Parker Posey's in that movie. What's the Chasing Amy chick? What's her name? Like I said, a lot of people in that. Aaron Judge career hits blue parallel for the Yanks. I think like I remember it like Renee Zellweger's in it. She's like she's like an extra. You know what I mean? Like she didn't even have a speaking role or something, but yeah, there's a lot of people. Real Muto and Astros no to 2024. Mila Jovinovic. Yeah, that Jovinovic. She's the one who was in is that her in The Fifth Element too? You guys remember The Fifth Element with Bruce Willis? Is that her? Is that the same girl? I actually saw that recently. That's actually a pretty good movie. 398 to 2024. I know I had seen it a long time ago. And I actually saw it a few months ago. I was like, wow, this movie's pretty good. When I heard about Bruce being sick, I was on a little Bruce Willis kick there for a while watching his movies, and I heard about how bad off he is. Shame. Die Hard's still one of the best movies ever made. Hoppa. Oh, no problem. Kai, listen, no matter what, and I know you've been getting in some of our breaks lately. Even if I refund any over shipping payments. These guys can all, so like, even if I don't see it or you don't see it at the end of the weekend, I go through and anybody who overpaid, I refund anyway. So one way or the other, the money's going to come back to you. So no problem, but don't sweat it either. It's something we do no matter what. I'm not here to steal shipping money from people. I know some breakers are, but I'm not. So, like a lot of people, sometimes they forget, or if you're in multiple days, I try to combine the multiple days together and stuff like that. So, we'll get you. We'll get you either way. But thanks for joining the breaks, dude. I know you've been in a bunch lately, and I appreciate it. Bobby Witt, greatest hits. Yeah, in Fifth Element, he was nuts in that movie. I don't know why I forgot. I just didn't remember that movie at all. Emmanuel Valdez. That's another, going back to Die Hard, that's another one. If you've never seen the behind the scenes of Die Hard, that's actually was a really interesting story on how they made that movie. He was like totally locked into moonlighting. For those of you who are old enough to remember moonlighting, that's where Bruce Willis got his start. It was a TV show on ABC that was really popular. And he wasn't even supposed to be in Die Hard. It was like, I think it was supposed to be Harrison Ford or something like that. And for some reason, someone dropped out and they went to Bruce Willis and he could only make it. The reason it's shot the way it is because he was during the day making moonlighting and they could only shoot at night by his contract. So he's like every day, like going from one set to the other, working like 18 hours a day to make this film that they had no idea was going to, he just thought like, hey, it's a movie. I want to make it, had no idea it was going to become what it did. But yeah, I've never really understood that whole shipping thing. I mean, it just, I don't know why you'd upset your customers. I was just telling the guys a couple of weeks ago. I had there's somebody who's been buying into our breaks recently, and he wrote me an email and said that he was breaking with another guy, and I won't say who, but another guy on eBay for a couple of years. And I guess he wasn't paying attention or didn't realize, Greg Maddox, that he wasn't getting like he'd break over the weekend and then get a package at the end of the week, but he'd pay all the shipping. And I guess it dawned on him eventually that, like, wow, why am I paying so much in shipping? And he actually contacted the guy and he worked it out. And he said over like 2 years, he paid the guy like $1,700 extra in shipping. And the guy basically told him to go screw. I mean, excuse my language, but basically just told him, well, we don't refund over shipping overpayments. I don't understand how you lose customers because you want their shipping money. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So we refund it. It's work, but I can sleep better at night that way. All right, number 2. So tomorrow night, we are going to celebrate the end of our retail ability to sell, to do retail breaks. As of Tuesday, we are no longer allowed to do any retail breaks. So no more blasters, no more megas, none of that stuff. Acuna rainbow foil for the Braves. So tomorrow night we have a Series 1 and a Stadium Club blaster. That'll be it for blaster breaks over here on old Chef Sports Cards eBay channel. We will still have them on our website from time to time. We also have some Series 1 Jumbo tomorrow night and a full case of 5-star tomorrow night. Rolling with the big dogs tomorrow night on 5-star. Henry Davis, Juan Soto throwback. They have banned it. All right, Adrian, good luck, buddy. Maybe a little first break mojo luck. They have now banned all retail breaks for certified eBay breakers. It came out last month. It was something we weren't supposed to talk about, but it got out pretty quick. It was actually supposed to be a couple weeks ago that it actually ended, but they never gave us a solid date, and then they set down the 5th, and their reasonings are absolutely ridiculous. They make no sense, but Pirates Kutch throwback. So yeah, and it's terrible. It's a terrible thing. I mean, look, we probably do about 30% of our breaks are retail. I mean, can live without the blaster, but like Bowman Mega and Bowman Chrome Mega not being able to break is ridiculous. Connor Wong, but that is that's eBay's new policy. And if we get caught doing it, we can be thrown off the eBay. Pretty simple. You got a lot of rules over here these days. Yastrzemski Grand Gamer. Their reasoning is that, which I don't even think they were thinking when they thought up this reason, is that it clutters the break pages, like with too many listings. And the first response from most of us was like, oh, but the 400 player break doesn't, like the people who put up 400 listings for one break for player breaks doesn't clutter the pages. Like it's ridiculous. I don't know why it's. And then, of course, they say they think it doesn't return value either, which I think is ridiculous. I mean, yeah, it's, you have good breaks and bad breaks like anyone, but for the prices that people pay for retail breaks, usually can get some pretty decent value back. So that's it. It's over. The party's coming to an end. It's a shame, though, because I've actually received emails from people who, basically said, like, I can't afford hobby breaks, Yastrzemski for Jeffrey to $4.99. It's the nice thing about a blaster break. You get a team for $10 or whatever, you know what I mean? And some, hobby breaks aren't affordable to some people, unfortunately. 89 of 499. Acuna and Cutter Crawford to 2024. Man, look at that face. Determination there. 308 of 2024. Yeah, I know it is. A lot of the guys got really upset, sent a million emails to them. I kind of held back because I honestly didn't think they were going to go through with it at first. I thought like we would get an email a week or two later and they would say, you know what, on second thought, you're okay, but they're sticking to their guns, which I don't know. There has to be something behind it. They just won't tell us what it is, but I did finally write to them and ask them and made the plea for Bowman Megas. Dontrelle Willis, the D-Train auto for the Marlins. Wow. For Jeffrey. This dude was lights out for a couple of years. If you guys remember him, my gosh, he was, as a Phillies fan, he drove me nuts. And then he just like fell off the face of the earth. Like he went from being like the best pitcher in baseball for a couple of years to, I guess they figured him out. you know, man, he was something else for a couple of years. That dude. I saw it. Dontrell Willis. Haven't seen one of those in a while. Um, but I wrote them an email and said, listen, I understand you guys want to, get rid of retail and stuff, but as a person who is mainly a baseball breaker, two huge releases in baseball are Bowman Megas and Bowman Chrome Megas, and they're retail products. Like, and I even kind of wrote it out as there's an Ellie De La Cruz blueprint rookie for the Reds, and I explained it. I said, look, they're a Target only product. A lot of people cannot get them because they don't have access to Target or this or that or whatever reason. That's why they're hugely popular. They can return huge value. They have some massive cards in it. And basically, I got like a standard form letter back that says, we're no longer breaking retail on eBay. Like, okay. Well, I tried. Now, part of the theory, too, among all the breakers, because we have a Discord where we all talk to each other, is they only have like 3 people running the whole program. So I don't know if they could actually catch anyone if they did do it. But yeah, is it worth threatening you're getting thrown off of eBay? Not really, you know. So we'll be a good boy and do what we're supposed to do. Leave it at that. Jason Dominguez rookie, Josh Jung throwback. Then of course you have people getting into like the semantics of it. Well, are monster boxes retail? Because technically, and like the Series 1 monster boxes just came out, and technically they're a retail box. But like if you get like the Bowman Platinum monster box, that's actually a hobby box. So now they're trying to make them like define what's what. And a big one is them trying to define that a monster box is not retail, which it is in some cases, it's not in others, but everything's got to have a rule. That's the way eBay works. Somewhere along the line, eBay forgot that they're just basically an online garage sale. But I don't know. Altuve greatest hits. To be honest, the other problem is too the baseball releases are coming so slow and so I don't know what is going on when they're going to get back on track. Aaron Judge throwback, like I was talking about this last night. I mean, I'm starting to think we're going to have to go back to doing some football and stuff because I prefer to just do baseball, but there just isn't enough product. Some weeks I'm like struggling to figure out what we're going to do because I don't want to do the same thing all the time. But I don't know. Maybe we need to start doing some football. Christian Javier. I keep doing MLS soccer. I like MLS soccer, but there's not enough of that either. Houston is Jeffrey. Maybe we should start specializing in hockey breaks around here. Although you can get in a lot of trouble with that too. Upper Deck is nuts with their rules and who can break and what. It's not even worth trying to figure out. Miggy, I think we've done a total of like 3 hockey breaks here at Chef Sports Cards. And they went well when we did them, but then you read all these rules from Upper Deck about what you can and can't do, and it's like, ugh, it's not even worth the headache of trying. Andy Diaz, DeLuca. Encarnacion throwback. Yordan Alvarez home run challenge for Houston. Come on, Varsho, focus. Tatis on the blueprint. And Hunter Green for the Reds. No, well, they used to be that way, Joe, but I don't know if you know this, but so I am a eBay certified breaker. I have an actual title. I actually have a plaque for it. Um, so last year, out of literally left field, nobody saw this coming. All of a sudden, eBay decided that they were going to clean up their ranks, and you had to be invited, O'Neill Cruz, to be an eBay certified breaker. Then you had to fill out all this paperwork and blah 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 and be approved by them. If I'm correct, I believe there's 67 eBay approved breakers. But before they did it, there were hundreds. And many people got kicked off the air. Just literally got a notice that said you have 3 weeks left. And after that, you're no longer allowed to break on eBay. And I got an email saying we were invited to be a part of the program and this and that. The weird thing was when they first put it out, they didn't really explain it well. And it was kind of like, what do you mean, what program? Like, you didn't realize what they were doing. Vladdy for Toronto, 119 of 199. And then, of course, they were behind getting everyone back up. So we were shut off for what, like 6 weeks during the summer, where we couldn't break it all on eBay until we got our approval status. And I mean, it's not that it's that big a deal. There's some paperwork we have to do, but yeah, like if you just want to go on and post a break, it won't allow it. You won't be able to. There's like you have to have like a code and stuff to be able to post breaks and all that. So it's, and I think Adolis Garcia, their thinking is that the gambling thing, like that it's going to become regulated at some point, and they're trying to like get ahead of it. But I mean, that's what they say. I don't think it has anything to do with it, to be honest with you. But I'll tell you what, they've lost a ton of money by doing this. They've lost a lot of people breaking, and so they obviously take it serious if they're willing to give up the cash. Brandon Marsh. So look, I just do my thing, follow the rules, and I figure if I do something bad, they'll rap me on the knuckles for it, and I'll apologize and keep going. But their thought was they were going to shut breaking down entirely on eBay. That was the original, and I mean, I'm sure somebody ran the numbers there and went, it's going to be an awful lot of money we're going to give away if we, especially when you have like the Whatnots and Fanatics Live and stuff out there where it's the Wild West. They're doing whatever they want. Rod Carew. Yeah, like we were all of August we were gone. I think it went from what, July? I think we were off from July 18th until September 1st. And it was really just a matter of them getting paperwork done. They were just being slow because I don't think they have a lot of people there uh, working in the program itself. There's only a handful of people who take care of it. So it's kind of like you had to wait it's like we're all waiting in line. Now, of course, the bigger guys, the hobby legends, the guys who do 40 case breaks, they got taken care of first, of course. Jordan Westberg throwback because, they generate the most money. So they there are these guys on Discord who call them the Elite Eight. There's like 8 breakers who do like the big player breaks and stuff, and everyone calls them the Elite Eight. And it was like if one of them would complain, then we'd get it. Ozzy Albies home run challenge, kind of funny actually. Yeah, no, I don't have I don't necessarily have a problem with what they did. I don't think Acuna. I think there were problems in a lot of other places that have infected eBay. Not directly, but if somebody does something on Whatnot, it becomes a big story that everyone talks about. Oh, they're ripping people off. They're doing this. They're doing that. And it gives a bad name to breakers all over the place. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of stuff going on like Whatnot and even Fanatics Live that, yes, I think are definitely in the gambling range. And I mean, everybody has their own opinion about this. I don't think breaking is gambling because, ooh, what do we got here? This guy, Jordan Westberg for Baltimore to 25. Nice hit for Eric. 15 of 25 on the Baseball Stars autograph. Very nice. And I know some people feel differently. I don't think it is at all because you get product. But that's the other thing too. Some breakers, they don't ship base, they don't do this, they spin wheels and run duck races and do this and do that. And all that stuff does get a little. So yeah, I don't have any problem with weeding out the bad dudes. I just hate um being blocked in as a breaker and we're all scam artists and cheats and that really bothers me, to be honest with you. Jordan Westberg, 15 to 25. Very nice hit, my friend. Congrats. Whoops. And yeah, there are some real shady dudes out there. Don't get me wrong. I don't know that I understand why they do some of the stuff they do. Some of the stuff people do, I just don't get. But now, on the opposite side of that, we have our website. I could always go to Whatnot. I've been invited to every single platform out there, Whatnot, Drip, Loop. All of them have asked me repeatedly to come and be on their platform. But I hate what goes on Whatnot. The whole whining, crying salesman thing drives me nuts. All I hear anytime I'm on there is guys going, oh, you guys are killing me. I'm not making any money. You guys need to bid better. You need to this, you need to that. Like, I could never do that. I just couldn't. J Rod. And I think it's horrible that they do it to people, like guilting people into spending money. And every time I'm over there, I want to be like, dude, you're making money. Calm down. Like, I know what you paid for this stuff. I like being able to post it, just auction it and do it. So, yes, I agree. There's definitely for me at this point, yeah. I mean, there are some things. A lot of the problem with eBay is the fees. So a lot of the high end stuff is always a money loser, but I want to offer it no matter what. So it's kind of just part of the business plan. Lawler. So like 5-star tomorrow night, and you guys got to kind of think like we basically to break even, you have to do 20% over what you pay, So hypothetically, if you buy a case of cards for $1,000, you have to do 1,200 in bids to break even. And I know they say no, it's 12 point blah 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 percent. It's an absolute lie. It's close. It's between 18 and 20% to sell on eBay after all the fees and add-ons and this and that and everything else. So yeah, sometimes you get into the more expensive, the NTs and the flawless or 5-star or whatever. I always basically count on losing money on those. And then other stuff you make money on, it works out. But um, the key to being successful as a breaker is having a following, doing it a long time, being very trustworthy, um, because people want to break with you because they know they're going to get their cards fast, they're going to get them in perfect shape, and they're going to, if there's any problem, you're always going to take care of them. What do we got here now? Sunny gray for the 20s blue. Yeah, I mean, it's not to mention the shipping, the this, the that, the whatever. But I mean, look, I'm not going to lie to you. It's a successful business for me. It wasn't for the first 2 years. It took me a while to get it off the ground, but at this point, it is. Yeah. Morel Lizardo to 2024, 1510 to 2024. So I've had a ton of people come to me in over the years and ask me about, oh, I'm thinking about breaking in this and that. And I always tell them, hey man, knock yourself out, if you want to do it. But the first 18 months to 2 years, now you got to get through that because you got to get people to trust you and know you, and you know, I mean, as I'm not bragging in any sense, but there are guys who are in this break right now who break with me every week, almost every single break, every time. And I like them, they like me, this, that, whatever, but they also know because they can trust me, and there's a lot of guys out there that you got, you know, they're maybe not the most trustworthy people in the world. All right, box number 4. The funny part was the reason I started breaking. I always sold singles on eBay. Oh, look at this on the first pack. God, I hate that. For Miami Jazz, for Jeffrey. One of my big problems with breakers was the time it took them to ship. It used to drive me nuts. That, especially when you have like a new product, Bowman would come out. You'd be in a break, you'd hit a great card, and then it'd take you 10, 14, 20 days to get the card sometime. And the value of the card would be half of what it was when you actually hit it, if you wanted to sell it or whatever you wanted to do with it. So one of the big reasons I started was for shipping alone. Just get it out as quick as you can, so people have their cards in their hands. The other was the not shipping all cards. Always drove me nuts. And it adds a lot of work, but I don't understand how you can sell someone a team and then go, oh yeah, but by the way, I'm not going to ship you 70% of that team's cards. Run Challenge Adley just is amazes me that people do that. Mackenzie Gore Rainbow Foil. If I'm a good guy, thanks, John. John's always great at promoting my business for me. Yeah. Well, look, here's the thing about breaking. And look, I realize that people have different, I've heard all of the fights about the gambling thing. And I'm not saying there's not something to it. I mean, breaking has a definite addictive quality to it. I bought into breaks for years before I started doing them myself. And the reason I started doing them is because I didn't like how other people were doing them, so I thought I could do something better. Um, and I'm nowhere close to being as big as I could have been if I wanted to push it more. Otani Mash's Grand Slam. Um, but I think for the group we have, for the following we have, it's a really good match to what we do. And it's extremely important to me And look, I'm not saying everybody won't say this, but I think some of you know it's extremely important to me that you guys are happy, that the customers are happy. I'd rather have less customers, less money, and but be happy with what they're doing and what they get. Now, as far as breaking itself goes, I don't see how. To me, like it was the best thing I ever found. Because honestly, I don't necessarily know everyone who's got the money to go out and buy 5, 6, 7 boxes of something to find the cards you wanted. Whereas you could say, "Hey, I'm a Phillies fan. I can buy the Phillies for $17, and get all these cards." And yeah, okay, you're not always going to get hits. I get it, but in a product like this, you can pay $15 for a team and get one or two, sometimes get one or two team sets out of it, and it's a lot better than having to go spend $75 on a hobby box. Um, yeah, they, I know somebody who has one of those sorting robots. It's funny. I've seen it work at his store, and it is interesting. Unfortunately, it makes more mistakes than I could. Like, I would love it if I could like go to bed at night, put the pile of cards in, and just turn it on and wake up in the morning and like the cards all sorted out. That would be the best thing I could ever get in my life. But yeah, it depends. First of all, it depends on what we're selling at the time. Um, like when you get series one like this, if I'm not on air, I'm sorting constantly. And my guys, I've run into a labor issue in recent. I have a couple guys who sort with me, but I lost a few of my other guys to college this year. I had a lot of high school seniors working for me, um, kids that I've known their whole lives. So I've been a little short-handed this year. So when you do something like Series One, where there's so many cards, Andrew Abbott, um, if I'm not doing this, I'm sorting with those guys just to stay on top of it. Um, the way we usually break Thursday through Sunday, we usually break Thursday through Sunday. I like to combine for people over the weekend, so we'll do some of it, and then Monday we just go like nonstop, like really nonstop, like 20, 24 hours straight, and just knock it all out and get it done. So it depends on what you're breaking at the time and how many cards there are to sort, all that kind of stuff. It can get tedious though. I've done more than a few 24-hour sorting sessions with the guys before. And you're ready to like your back is killing you from standing there like it's just it can be brutal sometimes. But I hear from people all the time. Like I see all the time where guys are like, "When will I get these cards?" And I'm like, "How can you make people wait this long for their cards? It's crazy." I mean, Gavin Williams to 299. Nice rookie for the Guardians for Brandon. So now the other thing is too, we have the website which we've been pushing more and more. Um, 62 of 299. I'm kind of right now at the website doing like a 1 day a week, kind of like shipping once a week. So if we do 2 or 3 breaks over there in a week, we'll put them all together. If we do one, we'll ship one. But eBay, I'm always under the gun because I got to keep eBay happy too. So they kind of get done first, but we try to combine them. Joey Weimer for the Brewers. Yeah. Oh, I'm way past carpal tunnel. Remember, I'm a professional chef too. So this is easy, to be honest, compared to what I did for most of my life. I used to work 110 hours a week in a kitchen for 25 years. So this is just a different kind of. Believe me, I'd much rather do this any day of the week. Rebay Devers throwback. Yeah, John's been with me for a long time. Yeah, it's been like 4 years, right? We have fun. We try. Look, I'm not, there are other things too that I'm distinctly not. I'm not a yeller and screamer. I'm not a boom guy. I'm not, don't get me wrong. I get excited about big hits like anyone, but I am not going to, rip my shirt off and start throwing it around my head. And, like some of the stuff these guys do is insane, you know. Try to be a little more, have a little slight bit more couth. Although they're fun to watch, that's for sure. Yeah, you guys ever see who's the guy who does the top 10 hits of the week? What is that? If Sports Cards or something like that? The guy who always does Pack Wars with his wife. And he'll do the top 10 hits of the week. And I think it's so funny when he's like, turn your volume down before you do this. And the guy's like, oh my God. He's like screaming. I'm like, wow, dude, it's just a card. Relax. They get like so nuts. That's what I have sound effects for. They take care of it. George Springer. Oh, I don't even, Max, at this point, I don't even know. I mean, it kind of depends on. I mean, we pulled a Jason Dominguez first gold the week it came out. The dude sold the card for like 28 grand or something like that. But I mean, it's kind of, it depends on when it is. I don't know that I could. I mean, we haven't had like, Jackson Holiday 101. We're not filth bomb over here, but yeah, no, we've had some really big stuff. It's been fun. All right, hold on one sec. Well, we've been doing it the past couple weeks, and even though I'm short on them, let's open a blast or two before we get to the silver packs. See if we can find any extra bonus loveliness for you guys. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Max, after a while, the cards run together. I mean, I kind of just tell people go to our Instagram. You'll see hundreds and hundreds of big pulls there. Like, I can't even remember most of them anymore. I'm lucky. I'm getting old. I'm 50, so I'm lucky if I can remember what we got last week sometimes. John, that's why he comes here most of the time, just to tell me what I did pull at some point. Yeah. The Robin Yount 101 out of Stadium Club. That's true. That was just recent. Excuse me. John's like my encyclopedia of history. All right, little blaster action. Let's see what we got, guys. Mauricio Dubon on the Easter eggs. Wade Boggs, throwback. Luciano, rookie. Yeah, John's got a memory like a. John, what was it, John? One day I was like, I don't know. John's like, oh yeah, you pulled. And then he says it, and I remember, but I'm like, wow, that was like 2 years ago, dude. How do you remember that? Nick Gonzalez. Verdugo for the Red Sox. Tatis. Yeah. The other thing is too, and I think it translates, especially because I get a lot of emails from people and stuff. I'm trying to think of the best way to say this. There are so many guys, guys, women, whatever, it doesn't matter, who break, who are just so like fake. Like the yelling and the screaming and the this and the that, and everybody's an expert in this, and blah, 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 blah. And I just want to sit here, open cards, and chat. You know what I mean? I tell stories all the time about families and friends, and we talk about stuff like that. Like, I don't know, man. Some of them, I realize they're running businesses and pulling people in, and hey, they're bigger businesses than mine, so I guess they're doing something better than I am. But I don't know. Like, it's just too much, you know? And it's funny because I get emails from people all the time. Like, I love your stories, man. You make me laugh. Like, because I'll tell you what happened. I don't care. Like, I've had people be like, dude, maybe you shouldn't like talk about your wife and kid. Like, why? You know, they're here. They're in my life. I might as well talk about it. Yeah, John remembers the good stuff. Jorge Polanco on the Royal Blue. Wow, look at that face. There's another one, man. Get some. How these players of the Union doesn't have like photo approval, man. Some of the pictures they use, it's like they must see and be like, who took this picture? Yeah, that's the other thing is too. It's one reason why. I mean, I prefer to open baseball because I love baseball and I collect baseball and all that. But um, Royce Lewis Easter parallel. Again, I'm going to try and find a nice way to say this. You tend in baseball to deal with more mature, level-headed people. Some of the football and basketball collectors out there are a little, a little young for my taste. I'm trying to be very apolitical about how I'm saying it. Not necessarily a bad thing, but it's just kind of like it feels like baseball's more of a older guys thing. I don't know. That's the way I look at it anyway. Oh, so jealous. Look at that thing. Owen White. I love these cards, man. I love them. They're so awesome looking, these team color cards. Nice Owen White rookie for the Rangers. Little blaster pickup for the Lance. There you go, buddy. Nice. uh, I don't know what I'd do if I didn't have you guys, to be honest with you at this point. I might have taken the pipe at this point if I didn't have this time to come hang out and open cards and chat with you guys. Juan Soto home run challenge. I'm serious. You guys crack me up. All right, last blaster box. That was a nice pickup for a blaster. That Owen White rookie can't be. That's not too shabby. Nick Pivetta on the Easter parallel. I love those team color cards. They're so nice looking. Arenado, Blueprint, and Soderstrom. All right, so picked up a few things out of a little extra blaster action. Let's see what we got in silver packs. Be broken divorce. Yeah, I mean, I'm a huge football fan. Football wouldn't be a big deal to. I have an issue too, and you guys know this who have been here. I do not like people who break and don't know sports. Like, and there are a lot of guys out there breaking stuff who, I mean, I've been in breaks with guys breaking baseball who don't even know who like Tom Glavine is. And like, how can you even do this and not, you know, like I can do football. I know football as well as pretty much anybody. Basketball, I couldn't, but to be honest, I don't want to break basketball. It's not my thing. All right, Olson, Carroll, Cole, and Hoppa. All right, come on, Silver Packies. Be nice to us. Give us a little love tonight. Got to give us a little love tonight. Silver Packs have been not great this year. All right, Lou Bob. There's a Cowser rookie, Lawler rookie, and Morel. That's good. Rookies are good. Colors are better. Autos are great. Come on, Silver Packs. Adley, Shunal, Yount, and Curtis Mead rookie. Come on, get some color. Get us something. Well, that's why we try to provide some entertainment too. Breaks aren't always the best. You gotta. I mean, tonight hasn't been bad, but not everyone works out. So you try to, give some entertainment at the same time. Otani, Sandberg, Gavin Williams, and Freddie Freeman. Man, I tell you, Silverbacks are tough this year. I mean, we've had a few nice hits out of Silverbacks, but they're really stingy this year. Crazy. All right. Anyway, well, we did the Silvers, we did the bonus blaster. What can we do? All right. I want to thank everyone for joining us this evening. As always, I couldn't do this without y'all, and I do truly, truly appreciate it. As I said, we'll be back tomorrow night with a whole bunch of stuff. We also got the website. You can head on over there if you want to pick up a spot there. We got the half hobby case, pick your team. And we got some Stadium Club up over there right now. If you want to go check that out, please do. Otherwise, please stay safe, stay healthy out there, and come back and join us sometime soon. All right. Bear with me for a sec while I put a little hit recap together. I'm all over the place here tonight. I don't know why. I don't usually go all over the screen, but whatever. All right. Autos. We had 2. Relics, we had 2. Parallels. These guys. Blue parallels. These guys. Oh, you got it, guys. Thanks so much for joining the break. Wait, did we have a bonus hit? I was thinking that before, too. How many? Yeah, we did. We had 5 hits. I thought that one box we might have had a bonus. I wasn't really paying attention. That's good. We like bonus. Bonus hits are good. It's good. Eats good. All right. This guy. A little 5-hitter going on. Take that. All righty. Hit recap for 2024 Top Series 1/3 Hobby Case Break number 18. Home Run Challenge cards of Soto, Adley, Albies, and Jordan. We had 2 Dominguez base rookies. From the Blaster Box, Easter Parallels and Nick Pivetta and Royce Lewis. You may be addicted now. Yeah, I was thinking that at the time. Well, that's weird. Okay, well, that's a good thing. We'll take it. Rookies out of the Mojo boxes, or the Mojo boxes, the Silver Packs. Williams, Chanel, Mead, Lawler, and Cowser. These, of course, will all be sleeve and top loaded. De La Cruz, we had a blueprint rookie and throwback on the Jordan Lawler rookie. They're pretty rare. Rainbow Parallels of Gore, Acuna, Valdez, Javier, Green, Marsh, Walter, Weimer, Verdugo. Out of that blaster box, we also had a Mauricio Dubon Easter egg and a Bo Naylor Future Star. Blue Parallels, not numbered. We had the Aaron Judge Greatest Hits, Sonny Gray Throwback, and out of the blaster box, Jorge Polanco on the Royal Blue. Numbered Parallels to 2024, Astros Nono, Cutter Crawford, Jesus Luzardo, Mike Yastrzemski to $4.99, Gavin Williams to $2.99, and the awesome team color card for Texas and Owen White. And then hits. We had a bonus. We had 3 relics. So we had Jazz. We had Vladdy to $1.99, Joey Votto for the Reds. We had a Dontrelle Willis auto, not numbered, and a very tasty Jordan Westburg to 25, 15 of 25 from my man Eric. All right, folks, again, thanks so much for joining me. Please stay safe, stay healthy out there. Hope to see you all tomorrow night. Be good. Bye-bye.